Hey guys, and welcome to Outer Limits Travel's first DIY. So I've been down to Trackmaster 4x4 and pick up the new Outback armour suspension for the Ranger, and today I'm going to do the quick install. See how we go. Now I've been running the 32mm spaces just on the standard suspension, and we all know standard suspension is just pus. So I'm just going to get a measurement of what they're sitting at now. So from ground to the bottom of the guard, I've got about 975. So I'll re-measure that once I've got the Outback armour 2-inch in, and we'll see what a difference that makes. I've got it all jacked up. Got the old trusty Besser blocks in there as well, just for the fail-safe. So just get these tyres off, and then I'll just lower that jack so that cross member sits nicely on top of those Besser blocks. Got a bit of timber in between there too, just for the soft fall. Now, safety first, always put the tyres underneath the body of your car, which that might save you if everything else fails. And try and keep all your nuts and bolts and your little hubcaps, save you losing them for later on. So what we want to do, disconnect the sway bar link. So we got one there, then take this bracket off here, just where the ABS wires run down. Also a good practice is to spray your inox or inox or Bt50 or something like that on there as well. Makes it easier to get your nuts off. So now I've got this wire loose. Good practice is when you've got to hit shafts out or just an exposed thread, wind your nut right back so you're not actually hitting the end of the thread and mushrooming it. Then you use the nut and the thread as your motion. So that breaks the seal, and then you can undo that. And then you can give it your light tap just from there to there. And out she goes. Here's a 17mm socket. You want to undo all your nuts on the top of your shock tower. So I'm just making a mark on these indicators here, just for the wheel alignment. So at least we know where to get them back to when we put it all back together, just until we get it down to the shop to get the actual alignment done. So now we just want to get these lower control arm bolts out. So once again, put your nut on the back, give them a tap out till they're loose, and then we're pulling the rest of the way out. Now I've got a ratchet strap from one lower control arm to the other, just so it helps you pull these in to adjust it to get the bolts out, and also stops your CVs from sliding out as well. So once you get your lower control arm bolts out, then you can see everything just wobbles around. Another one on this side, and that whole arm should just fall out, and then out comes old Mr. Strut. There you have it. So guys, you can see the quality difference between these two. So you've got the old little skinny standards, and you got the new Outback armour. Nice big thick bore. Up the top is our adjuster. So wind in for harder ride, wind out for less. Now it's important when you install these, that's going to go along with your lower control arm, and then the top bolts are on a different offset to the other one, so when you pull it off, this one will face long ways, and then our top bolt's off to the left. That was the left one, and this one's going to be our driver's one, so as you come up, the top bolt's off to the right. So just bear that in mind before you start trying to bolt them in, otherwise it's a pain in the ass. Now Greg from Trackmaster 4x4, he's adjusted these to their max limit just so I can get the max height that I can. Obviously having the old spaces, that got me up 75mm, so I'm hoping these sort of get me over that 50mm, because I need a bit of height to clear these bad boys and stop them from chunking me guards out. So now we've got the new strut in. 15 mils now for the top. So do them up. Go down to our lower one. Get the 21. Do him up. Now put this ABS line back in, and then we just got to do this sway link arm, put that back in, and we should be nearly done. So you can see how these casters work with your lower control arm for wheel alignment. So as you turn them, they're off center and they'll push your wheel alignment in and out. That's why it's important to go back to your original mark. So that white one there, I'll end up turning this one. Obviously you can't see because of the spinner, and then I'll lock the nut off on the other side. So there you have it. Outback armour 2-inch lift installed in a Ranger. This will work on your Bt50 and most other independent four-wheel drives as well. So it's all relatively the same. Now just go through and make sure everything's tight. So your two lower control arm bolts, that one and that one. Your lower strut bolt. Your 3 nuts up on the top of the strut. This is our new adjuster now. So you can reach in above your tyre and adjust them out and in. I've got my ABS wire back in, and I've got my sway link bolt all done up. Alright, so now I'm going to do the driver's side. Don't forget to spray all your bits and pieces that you're going to undo. Now we're ready to go. So I've just used the jack to get underneath the control arm, and then jacked it up and given me a bit of help just so I can get this bolt out. And out she comes. Now we can lower that. And wiggle that arm out to get the strut out. Alright, so there's the driver's side done. This is our adjuster up in here, so wind it in, gives us a harder ride, wind it out, gives us a softer ride. So I think there's 21 different adjustments there, so should give us plenty of room for play. And this is what I was talking about before when you do your shock. So if your bush faces that way, then you come up the shock, you've got a nut here, and all your top studs are up there. So it's a tiny bit offset, so it makes it a pain if you're trying to put the left in the right and the right in the left. Alright, so this is a new beast going in to replace this old schmozzle. So Greg informs me when you're undoing these bolts here, you need to be careful as the stud can sometimes snap off. Must be just a cheap weld or a small stud, I suppose, but we'll have to see how we go and be careful. So all you got to do is undo this top nut, undo that bottom bolt around the back here, slide that out, slide your shock off, slide the new rear one on, and you're done. So this is the adjustment here. So you pop off your little cap, wind it out for a softer ride, wind it in for a harder ride. Easy as that. Looks good already. Right, so I've got a bit of O-ring grease. I'm just going to put that on the new bushes. Hopefully stop a bit of squeaking and squirking as we're driving along down the road. So got the new one in. I'll do that one up with the rattle gun. Yeah, I've got the top one finger tight, and I'll just do that one up with a spanner. Alright, so now the rear's all done. So the Rangers have got those weird shock configurations where one goes forward, one goes back. Still works the same. The O-ring grease helped heaps, just holding those little caps on while you get them on. And nip them up and away we go. Can't wait to take it for a test. So once I bottled everything up, it was sitting a little bit too high. Went from that 975 to the bottom of the floor to the top guard. Now it's up around the bloody 1.30 m. So I've just wound this down, taken that 5mm out. So 5mm should drop it down 15mm. Looks good, but alright, so these are the tools of the trade that I used. Not much there. Took me about 3 hours to do the front and about 30 minutes to do the back. So not too bad at all. So there we have it guys, a few basic tools and a couple of hours of labour, and you two at home can install your own struts and rear shocks. Thanks for watching.